Hey baby girls, today I'm going to take these very fair, barely any brows to a full defined brow. Are you ready to see the magic? So the first step is to cleanse the brows using HD Brows Squeaky Clean. I use a little bit on a cotton pad and I wipe all the makeup from around the brows. I'm now going in with my second cleanse. This time I'm using Brow Geek Hydrating Cleanser. This is going to ensure that there's no oils or any dead skin sat in the surface layer of the brows. So now let's begin the first step to making these brows thicker and more defined. I'm going to laminate the brows first, and I'm using Inlay Brow Bomber for my brand of lamination. This is step 1 and I apply this nice and thick to cover all the brow hairs. This is still currently my favourite brand choice of brow lamination. I always like to use my micro brush to make sure the hairs are becoming movable. This also allows me to make sure each hair is coated and fully saturated. So I'm actually only going to leave step 1 on Laura's brows for 4 minutes. She has super fine, delicate hairs and I do not want to over process these. And after 4 minutes I could see the brows were laid just perfect without any over processing. Remember, it's always better to take it off too soon and then you can reapply than taking it off too late and then causing over processing. Once I've removed step 1 with a dry cotton pad, I then move on to step 2 of my lamination process. For anybody who is unsure about getting lamination, this is your sign. I think a lot of people think lamination can look too harsh and possibly too fake, almost like the hairs are stuck directly up in the air. But if you have a thorough consultation with your brow therapist and explain what you like and dislike, you will be amazed at what you can achieve when having this treatment. So for today's tint, I'm going to be using Aqua Drops and I'm actually using 3 colours. My main colour is light brown with the tiniest drop of medium brown and a tiny drop of cool toner to take out that bit of warmth. I'm now adding the developer. This is a 3:1 ratio, so 3 drops of tint for 1 drop of oxidizer. And I apply this using a super fine brush and I sculpt out the A to B point first, filling in all those sparse areas in the tail. Yes, my application is a little messy, so I go in with a super fine orange stick and I clean up any tint to create that clean finish to prevent it staining any unwanted skin. And you can see I'm applying the tint a lot lighter and finer in the bulbs than I am the tails. This is so the bulbs are softer and more natural, and the rest of the brow is a little bit more defined and heavier with the tint in the tail. I left the tint on for around 8 minutes and then I removed the tint using a damp cotton pad. So you can see how much the tint and the lamination has picked up those blonde fine hairs. The shape looks absolutely amazing. I'm first going to use supercilium mapping string to find my centre points so I can work from that. And before we even touch the skin with any wax, I'm going to prep the skin using Saint and Serenity Second Skin. This is my new favourite barrier. It is so important, baby girls, when you're laminating, you need to be using some form of barrier on your girlies and boys. This is going to make sure you do not get any nasty grazing. And now we can begin the wax. I have yet to find a better wax than this Star Pill Azaleen wax. The formula is so fantastic. Like when I say this is so movable and spreadable, but without setting too fast. Honestly, it is by far the best brow wax I've ever used. It's amazing for beginners as well as pro brow stylists. I promise you, once you try this wax, you will not be going back to an ordinary wax ever again. Also, let me know if you girls and boys have been struggling with repetitive strain when doing eyebrows or any beauty treatments. My thumbs and fingers recently have been hurting so bad. I've been super busy at work and I've been really busy doing up the cabin project. And honestly, I feel like I'm getting arthritis in my hands. Like it's becoming hard to work and it's actually becoming hard to even use my phone. Let me know what you guys do if you do have this, what treatments you find help, and yeah, if you've got any advice. I'm now going to take my HD Brows Comfort Me and just remove any wax residue that sat on the skin or around the brows. I'm also going to use a little bit of after lotion to soothe the brows after the waxing. Okay, I have another new favourite product. This is Skin Blur by Saint and Serenity. It helps with any red aggravated skin, as well as leaving the skin looking seamless and hydrated after a wax or thread. This green undertone takes away any red or pink tones and melts seamlessly into any complexion. I also can't live without my Buff Brows Concealer Palette. I'm just going to sculpt out a defined line underneath these brows just to make them pop even more. And to add those finishing touches, I use my Pro Pencil by HD Brows. This is in shade black, and I know that sounds crazy on these fair brows, but trust me when I say this mimics hair strokes, so you can go darker and it still looks so natural. And let's not forget to set the brows. I'm using HD Brows Brow Glue. This is kind of essential after laminating brows because the brows become really movable after this treatment. If you was to leave them with no brow gel or brow glue, they would look amazing until you took your jumper off and they would all move with your jumper and stick up in the air. If you can't remember what these brows looked like before, take a look at the before and after. They look so much fuller and thicker and more defined. I'm so happy with this outcome, and Laura was over the moon with her new brows. And if you liked this video, please remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss any more videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.